Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. It's your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm pumped to come to you from, where are we at? Salaicaga, Alabama. On the way to the most beautiful village on the plains for another Marriage Monday. How are you?
Good.
Roadshow edition, heading down to the old Iron Bowl. The South's oldest rivalry. Actually, I think the South's oldest rivalry is Georgia and Auburn. But this is the best rivalry in all of college football. Some of you Northerners, you Michigan and Ohio State fans would say that it's yours, and I would just say, it
is funny
wrong.
to me that there are other rivalries that think they compare. Like, this is just so ingrained in us. Like, this is...
It's the same difference.
I guess, but there isn't anything bigger for us.
Yeah, there's not. This is the
pinnacle.
This is the pinnacle. It's bragging rights for a year. So
yeah, that's all you win, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the wildest thing about this, and this could be true for all rivalries, it doesn't matter the season that either team had.
Yeah, it's always.
There is nothing ever that's certain. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Especially here.
Yeah, but like
when it's in Auburn, it is all bets are off.
All bets are off
like,
for this game. It's true every year, really.
No, it's more Maine than Auburn. I mean,
well,
yes
I'm
and
just
no,
saying it is the weirdest thing that either team could be having the best season ever, but that's out the window for the Iron Bowl. Like, it's all bets are off. Whatever happens. It's the weirdest thing. It's so fun. It makes every year interesting because just because you think it will go one way because of how they're looking the rest of the year does not mean a thing.
Yeah. Has like the rest of the year almost has like nothing to do with it. Like, it's its own game. It's its own season.
Yeah. So it's fun that we get to go because, I mean, if you aren't from around here, maybe you don't know, having like decent tickets to this game is almost kind of like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
It's like such a cool thing.
Yeah, it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean that, but everybody's like, you have tickets? Like, y'all are going?
Yeah.
Yes. And we're so blessed to have season tickets so that we only go when it is in Auburn because we are not buying these tickets when they're
at Alabama. Yeah,
like out of pocket price.
We get them at our season ticket price. We're not paying game value price. Right. So that's the value in it. Is
yes.
You go if you try to go and just go to the game and just play like the value of that game. I think face value on these tickets are $200 a piece for our seats, and you would spend probably $600 to $800 for these seats individually.
Easy.
So
yeah,
you're talking about a $400 investment versus a
almost
$1,200 investment, $1,300 investment. So anyway, we are on the road down, and we are not in Salaicaga. We are in Silicaga. My cousin's wife, when they first got married, they were coming up to
not from here.
Yeah, not from here, from Georgia. And they were coming up, and we were on the phone or something. They were coming to see us, I don't remember what they're coming up for. But we're on the phone, and we were like, where y'all at? She said, yeah, we're in Salaicaga. And
nobody's going to think that's funny if you're not from here.
If you're not from here, you don't know
You'd have to see the spelling. The way she said.
SYLYCA.
I don't think you're
Silic. Yeah. SYLY. Or SYLA. I think it's
SYLA.
I think it's SYLACAUGA. Silicaga.
Silicaga is how you say it.
Yeah.
And she said Salaicaga. Which, to be fair, if you didn't know,
that would make sense though. It has to be SYLY for her to say it like that.
Oh, look at
Why
that.
would she say Salaicaga if it was LA? That would make no sense.
No, it's SYLACA.
Oh, she was way off. Yeah, she has no excuse then. So she said that, and that joke
and
lives on.
And there's Kuga. Yeah, I guess that could. I was thinking to see how many G's there were. It does not matter. We're spending way too much time on the pronunciation of Silicaga, but we are going through Silicaga. We're headed to the game.
We are. This is our final day of the best week of the year.
Yes, I know. It's kind of sad.
How's it been?
It's been really good, but it's kind of sad. Like, it's already over almost. We got to wait a whole another year.
It is. It comes and goes so fast.
I will say, like, today was a pretty low-key day for us. So we didn't leave until mid-afternoon and didn't have a ton to do before we left. And so we had, I don't think you went and worked a little bit outside, and I hung out at the house, and we went to Sam's to eat and get some grocery stuff that we needed. And I realized, like, it was just the four of us, and I was like, we've seen our family.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is the longest we've gone without spending time with anybody that's not us or our family.
Yeah. We hadn't seen friends in
we had a dinner last night, but I don't consider this is going to sound bad. I don't consider those people friends.
Yeah.
There's like family friends that we see.
They're like very
grown up with.
Yeah.
So like we saw them, but like as far as like social things, like making plans to go and do, we have done nothing since I had some friends over Tuesday. That was it. And then this whole rest of the week has been the four of us and then our, like, some other family. But, I mean, this is probably the most time that we've had. Yeah, so it's been really fun to just be together. Like, this is without a doubt the most time that we have both had with both of the kids. Like, consecutively.
Really? Yeah, probably. Yeah, because, I've been off. I worked half a day Wednesday.
Yeah,
and
but
then
you and I have not been apart. So, like, one of us hasn't kept the kids while the other had something to do where you worked or I had this or that. Like, we have been together this whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good. It's been fun. It was,
and you're not tired of me yet.
Not tired yet. We're 5.5 years in. I hope I wouldn't bail out over the course of 4 days.
Well, it was a lot of together time.
It's kind of like you said, and we were talking about this at lunch. As you build families and you build a dream that you're wanting to build, it's becoming more and more evident to us of, like, we're building the people that we want to hang out with. Like, we're raising our kids. Like, we're having kids and raising kids, and I think that's going to be, like, our unit.
Yeah.
Because we were sitting there at lunch, and we were like, do you ever just have the thought of, we don't need anybody else. Like, we're fine.
We're good.
Like, I love hanging out with other people, and I love hanging out with friends. But
love extended family, love our good friends, but we are kind of getting to the point where at least one of our kids is human enough, and the other one is interactive enough with the other one that we feel like a family unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We can play and talk to each other. And
so for one of the first times, I was like, you know what? No, like, we're good. Like, the four of us, like, I am so happy to just be here with the four of us, and it just makes us excited about the future and family vacations and spending time together, because as sweet as it is to have very young kids, sometimes you don't get much back. You know what I mean? Like, we are finally to the point with Jack where we get back.
Oh yeah.
And we are sometimes more than we bargained for. Getting to the point with Tate where they can, like, play together, and so then it makes time as a family together much more enjoyable. And I know that as years come and go, that will come with more fun and more challenges as, like, that dynamic grows, like them being their own humans and having their opinions and things like that. But it was just fun. It's been a fun week, like, having this time together and realizing, like, yeah, we're doing this. Like, we're creating this, like, family unit of people that we enjoy being with,
Yeah, and I think what it shows me is, we had this conversation about having more kids, and could we have 2 kids and be fine and feel complete? But potentially. I think there's a lot of people that have 2 kids and are having a great life, right? For a family of 4. I don't know that we want to stop at 2, but even when it's hard, right? Because we're in the thick of it right now. We've come out of the thick of it as far as the newborn stage goes.
Yeah.
The sleep thing is still not figured out 100%. We're getting close, I think. Hopefully, please, maybe.
Yeah.
Something I can't even, like, there's no words for it.
Yeah.
But one day we'll sleep again. That's all. It's rough having kids. It's not easy. It is the most humbling experience that you can ever have.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you go out in public with them.
Yes.
I've said it again. I've said it multiple times. There's nothing on the planet that humbles a person more, and equally, like having kids. Like.
Yeah.
Nothing. You could be the richest person on the planet and have a kid the same way that I have a kid, and they're going to do the same things that I'm doing. that my kids are doing.
Yeah.
Like, it is just...
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah. They're just going to be kids. And so, in doing that, it makes me stop and think, like, it is tough now, but I do think that I know that it will be worth it. And we're going to have one or two more, and then we'll have a household and a car full. But, you know, like going on Disney trips and going on vacations and just going and doing things, like, we're building this into, it's like, this is our unit. Like, this is the people that we like do life with. And they, again, like, they'll reciprocate it to us. Because I was just talking to Savannah, like, what would it be like to go on a trip with a 12-year-old and a 6-year-old? You know, like, that's fun. Like, you can interact with them totally fine.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so.
And like,
crazy.
that's what our kids will potentially end up being like.
Yeah.
Oldest to youngest. So
yeah, we'd have a 10-year-old in there too.
And a 8-year-old, but
wow. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's been a fun week because it has shown us that a little bit. I think, like, this undivided attention and time together has been good. And we've also had some solo time with the kids, and I think that is within the last couple weeks.
What do you mean?
Like, I've had some solo time with Jack away from Tate, and it's been really good. It's showing me more and more how much, like, toddlers just crave attention.
Yeah, and I think it's showing us how easy it is, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way, like maybe having a child, and we already feel this, like with Tate even being 8 months old, which, by the way, I still have not taken his little picture.
Yeah, 8 months, it's wild.
But having a child of the same gender feels very easy to group them in together with a lot of things, like, oh, brothers, or maybe sisters, and, you know, like, you just do them stuff together. But, you know, Jack still very much needs one-on-one or two-on-one, you know, like that time with just him. And I forget that even though he has adjusted relatively well and he loves Tate, this is still new for him in, like, the grand scheme of life for him, of sharing this and not getting the one-on-one. You know, I mean, it's been 8 months, but it's still an adjustment, and he still needs the one-on-one time, especially as he gets a little bit older.
It'll be really interesting to see how Tate is with that, you know, because, like, he's never going to know a life without a brother, you know? And so I wonder, like, if he will require the same amount of somebody with a second kid that's older than 5. Would love to hear feedback on that.
When you go from 2 to 3, is that what you're saying?
No, even when you go from 1 to, just like we know Jack needs attention individually, right? Is Tate going to need the same amount of individual attention?
I would
because
say
he's never going to know a difference. He's never going to know a life without having the individual.
I think that it might feel
having the individual.
It might feel even more important to ensure Tate gets it.
Yeah.
He might not.
We will make sure it happens, but is he going to need it the same way? Is he going to show the need for it the same way that Jack does?
The need will show, but
that's
the need
what I mean.
will be there.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like it's just as, if not more important, to show Tate that, because he didn't get it.
Yeah, he didn't get it. Yeah.
So, like, we have to prioritize that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because Jack is just, you know, Jack, and he lets us know what he needs. So. Yeah,
he's very opinionated. That is for sure.
Right, but it's been a good week. We kind of just felt like we were in a bubble.
We did, and we've also had some good conversations talking about the new year and what that looks like for us. We, like, real time talking about how we can hone in individually on a couple goals for ourselves and kind of get started early. It's November the 29th when I'm recording this, and I'm wanting to start a few things for my 26. I want to start on December the 1st to try to get ahead. Like, I would love to go into January 1 a month in.
Yeah.
Not put off another month and not start with everybody else in the world. With new goals and things like that. So I would encourage you to, if you're listening to this, today is December the 1st, if you're listening real time. And I would encourage you, I mean, you know, what does that look like for you? What does it look like to set smart goals for you this year, and how can you attain them? And What are they? Really hone in on a few things. For me, I think what we discussed, and I think coming to the answer on is like, I'm really honing in on physical health, spiritual mentality, and relationship, and then like business growth. Like with this 26 is going to be an insane year in the business for us, and it's going to take a lot of dedication, and we are literally in the middle of this conversation now as we speak, like working through this. So I don't know, it's just food for thought for you to take and apply and have the conversation with your spouse, because we're having to work through things of like, how do we make this work for each of us, and how do we, again, like we're each going to have to sacrifice in certain areas to help each other achieve their goals. But that's what marriage is, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally it's sacrificing to see your spouse succeed.
Yeah, and us ultimately
and grow
together.
Yeah, and we will grow together.
Yeah, agreed.
But
we also have our date set. So we also have our date set.
Yes, that is something I would encourage you to do. Do you want to share about that?
I think you should. It was your it was our, but
So we're gonna go out in the middle of December, and I'm gonna set my personal stuff that I want to do. To start December 1, a few things. But we're going to go out in the middle of December and we're going to go to a nice steakhouse, which you don't have to do, right? That's not necessary. If the funds aren't there, the time isn't there, the location isn't there, that's okay. Go on a walk, go somewhere, do something, just to get time together. And we're going to go out, no kids, and really just plan 26 and map 26 out. It'll be the first year we've done that this in depth.
Yeah.
And I think probably because a lot of you have heard us talk about on the show over the last 6 months about how busy our life has felt. Mm-hmm. And, we've added a kid, and there's a potential to add another kid in 27. Yeah, not 26. In 27. And so if we're going to do that, then if there's going to change that, 26 needs to be a really, 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 look at that root ball. Holy cow.
Oh,
Did you see that tree?
Yeah, I did.
That thing was 12 foot wide.
Yeah, this is why we don't do road shows, people. Squirrel.
That was a tree that fell over. But it's the first year we're going to do this in depth. And 26 has to be an insane, productive year.
Yeah.
For us. On all fronts.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that we both go in that together, understanding and setting expectations of what that looks like.
Yeah. Because
it gives us a clear, unified goal and vision.
Right.
So when things do get tough, right, they
will.
They will. And when you are emotionally drained and you're like, what's happening? Why are we doing this? Again, you can look back and say, we sat down together and agreed upon this. And
I think that helps ground us both, because we both have different areas within this that we struggle a little bit to give or take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that it will be extremely helpful for both of us to have this to be our anchor, to hold to. I mean, not that anything said is signed in blood, or not that things can't change.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how serious this is going to be.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we're so, that nothing will ever get in the way of it. Yeah. But as a general rule,
it's going to be pretty
this will be
strict.
Our anchor to refer back to pull us back down and say, nope, we did agree to this.
Yeah.
And that goes for the positives and the negatives, right? Of when it sucks
the things
to say
you do
yes,
want to do and don't want to do,
or when you really do when it benefits you and when it doesn't benefit you, to say yes or to say no. We'll have this to go back to. So I think that will be really helpful in that way, and just to kind of get it rolling.
Yeah, part of I guess the foundation of this is we're going to set out our my personal days away from home and our family days away from home.
And you got this from the coaching stuff.
Yeah, from Pat. Yeah, Pat does this a lot.
I think this would be...
He does this every year with his wife. And
incredibly beneficial for our family.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. Because over the last 18 months, my individual travel schedule has increased significantly compared to what it was when we got married.
Yes.
I never went anywhere.
Or started having Jack.
Yeah,
like
literally.
Having kids, whatever.
I never went anywhere, and just as things have grown the last 12, 14, 16 months, like that has increased some, and so we're going to sit down, and it causes stress sometimes. But it's because we haven't had the, I don't even know that you can say opportunity. It is a hard time to do it, because if we would have done this last year in December, you were like
about
6 months pregnant.
Right.
Or 7 months pregnant. And so like your emotions are all over the place. It's hard to make a rational decision in the middle of that. And then you're not making a decision minus 6 months postpartum.
Yeah.
With anything that's really like going to stand the test of time. And so there's almost a year there of, it's hard to sit down and really plan, and so that adds tension and stress, and so like,
like 25
was a tough year.
Yeah, transparently, you kind of tried to do that back in the summer, like when things were.
It was around trades.
Yeah, and I was like I was like pretty still fresh postpartum, like a couple months. And like, this is so real. You pushed to do that, and I very candidly was like, I don't feel ready. Like I'm not in a mental place. Like, I don't feel like I have the capacity to have these types of conversations, because like, quite frankly, I reheated my coffee 7 times this morning, still forgot about it in the microwave, have no idea what we're eating for dinner. Like, I was couldn't see past my right then that I was not able to have those conversations. Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but like, sometimes it's hard in this, like, if you're in this season of life and you feel like your spouse is like not jumping on board with you to have these conversations about, because we did a show with Caleb and Brittany at Trades in the room, and we were talking about,
go back and listen to that. You'll get some context on this.
Yeah, we were talking about,
that would have been
to paraphrase,
July.
I think it was, what does life look like a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? In mid-show, I started crying, because I was like, I can't even think about what my life looks like next week. Like, I have no idea. I can't even like conceptualize how to even start thinking about what my life would look like in 5 years. Like, I have no idea. And again, this was temporary, right? And I tried to explain that to you, because I was like, I just am not myself. Like, I am still just putting one foot in front of the other. I am getting used to having 2 kids. I'm still adjusting to being home with them full time and all of these different things. And that's not to say, because you struggled a little bit with feeling like this was wasted time, of feeling like we weren't working towards a goal if we didn't have one, whatever. Which, like, in turn led to some like hard conversations of me feeling guilty that, or upset that me getting back on my feet was wasted time, right? Yeah. Like that me just like being home with him, trying to support him as best I could. All of this to say, timing matters, that you do this,
Timing's
right?
Everything.
So like, I'm thankful. I want this to be a testament to both of us, but I mean to you too, that like, I tried to just be honest with where I was at. Because,
and I dropped it at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
we haven't talked about it
since we really
haven't
ago. Because I knew I didn't know a lot, but I knew that I was not ready, and I knew that having been postpartum once before, that I would come out of it a little bit, and I am to a degree. Like, I mean,
which is a win for both of us, right? Because the fact that I was able, in the moment, I was frustrated for sure, because I was like, I just can't understand that, and the whole waste of time, all that stuff came up. But then I processed it, and we moved on, and I haven't brought it up since then. But the fact that you had the wherewithal to know and say that, you know, and not try to have that conversation, while acting like while being in that space, because if you do that, then you're gonna say, and like you're gonna get your spouse, you would have gotten me bought into things, you would have said or done things, and then it would have just turned into a fight, or you would have said things that you would do, and then 3, 4, or 5 months later, you'd be like, nah, I actually don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I think that was what I realized. I realized that I was either going to, commit to something that I wasn't going to be able to uphold, and then I was going to I was putting myself in a position to fail, essentially.
Or you would just shut everything down.
Yeah, or I was going to kill myself and us trying to do whatever it was when I really didn't even have the mental capacity to understand where we were at. Yeah. And that's also a personality thing as far as, like, how you handle things and, air quote, failing and things like that.
Now that we're coming out of that, like, it's very interesting. This was not scripted, folks. Now that we're, like, through that, I would say that, this needs to be something that I would encourage looking back and now looking forward. We're doing this in 2 weeks. Anybody, I would encourage you to do this going into the new year.
Yeah.
And I would say anybody that if you're thinking about adding kids, like, do this, and you're like you're trying to plan you're using any type of your timeline. If you are planning to try to have kids in a year, right? Then have a conversation like this.
Yeah.
Prior to having kids, because then you're both in a good headspace, and you can. There's a lot of asterisks next to this. If it's your first kid, right, you're going to get rocked in between the eyes. You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, even a second,
yes and no. But if it's a second, you've done it at least once before. And if y'all sit there prior to having a second kid, and you, in good minds, said and committed, and again, you make realistic goals, right? You make realistic things of hey, this is attainable with 2 kids. And when you do that in that mindset, then when you are emotionally postpartum and you're you can't figure things out and you don't know what to do, you can go back to that and say, hey, we were in good headspaces during this. This is what we need to be doing. Let's figure out a way to get back to this. And you're not just like a fish out of water, floundering. Yeah. You have a baseline.
I mean, it's the same.
The problem with us was there was no baseline.
Yeah, it's the same principle of what our goal is with us having dinner in a couple weeks with the whole year, right? I mean, when things happen, we can just maybe now be a little more strict.
But if you don't do it before you have a kid, that's the thing.
Yeah, you just don't need to be as rigid if you're about to have a kid.
Correct. Have some play in there.
Yeah. But no.
But anyway, so going into this year,
I feel there. Excited to be in the mental space to look
do it
forward, because I really did just realize within the last few weeks, okay, no, I feel like I'm ready to start having these conversations, because I don't know, it's not like you just wake up one day and you're good, but you kind of just turn around and you're like, no, I think I'm okay, and not to be dramatic, that sounds like a lot, but it's just it's a big change and a lot happens, and I think it was okay. I just tried really hard to be self-aware enough to A, give myself some grace in that area, and B, just not overextend or commit myself in areas that I wasn't ready to. So, and that, that was hard for us for a little bit, but I think, it set us up for success.
In the long run,
in the long run, yeah, because now we are both let's go.
And so, we're going into this, and I think our main things are, and we haven't said this, we have to set this, by the way, over the next, kind of going into this meeting, I think we need to try to plan this, is we have to determine, and you guys individually, if you're doing this for yourself, have to determine what is a good percentage for you. I'll give you a baseline of what we're starting with, and I don't know that this is what we're going to adapt, but Pat runs and what he shared with me, and he would share with all of you. We're going to have Pat on the show in the next couple weeks as well, so stay tuned. That's going to be a really good podcast. But he does 10% of his year as personal travel, 20% of his year as
travel.
Yeah, solo travel.
Well, 10%. Personal makes 10%. It sound like it's,
10% solo travel, 20% family travel, 30% gone total. So you do the math. 30 days, 35 days, solo, 60 something, 65 days with a family, and then as the whole, about 90 days a year is when he's gone from home. And I don't know that that's going to work for us. That's a lot. Like that's a lot of time gone.
Yeah.
That I think you have to look at that and say, like, can my business do this and sustain this? Like, Pat's running a $14 million company with 2 partners and tons of employees, and so like he has a little more freedom there to be able to go and do. Solo owner operator or a manager of 3 people, 4 people may not be able to commit to that. So I think that is something we have to look at, and we have to figure out our own percentages and ratios of when we're going to be gone. I don't think I'm going to do 30 solo days, and I don't think that we're going to even do 20% family days. Like, just 90 days a year gone that's a lot of time.
Right.
Now, transparently, we spent a lot of time away from home this year. Probably pretty close.
Yeah, if we've sat down and
probably pretty close.
It all together. It was a lot.
I know we spent a month at the beach.
Yeah.
So
just at the beach we did spend a month.
And
all together.
And that's not to say that it's right. Like, that is, again, that's me sitting here and like, maybe we did travel too much to our own detriment a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, look, I wouldn't trade the memories that we had for anything. No. Young kids and like those things we'll cherish forever. But there are seasons. And I think like 2026 is not that season for us.
Yeah.
It is a very, again, if we're going to add another kid, then like Wait,
what did we say was 20%? How many nights?
20 would be
60.
Family? Right? Well, doesn't that math track?
Yeah, but so we really essentially we probably did that.
We did that. I didn't go 30 solo days, but we did at least.
I'm not saying you did.
I didn't go 30.
You might have been close.
I was probably 20-ish.
You count. I mean, solo is without
I did 3.
Kids.
I did 3 Leanscapers, and those were 2 nights apiece. Yeah,
so about a week. I mean, essentially
6 days. Yeah, and then I did Milwaukee once. That was 2 nights. That was 8, and then.
I mean, you do count Equip and LEL.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I wouldn't count those in ours. You're with me.
So then, what do you count that as?
I don't know. We'll have to do that on our own. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not solo. Like, I'm not leaving you.
I guess.
And that's part of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of this is like time that we're spent apart. Like, Pat spends 10% of his year apart from his family.
Yeah.
You know, I did not spend 10% of the year away from you. So we have to come up with those on our own. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's not for us to hash out on the air. It's just a principle. So there's you a guideline, right? There's you something to start with, and do with that what you may. I think that we will fall somewhere probably in like the 7% range for me being gone solo.
Yeah.
And maybe 15% travel with family.
Yeah.
Just because it's just, again, the 26 is a needle moving year for us. So that is what we have coming up to look forward to, and I'm excited. Like, this is going to be, and again, we're investing. Like, we are investing money, and look, the business will pay for this dinner, right? So it's an investment. We're putting money back into the business. This will be an expensive dinner. We're going to spend some time. We're going to pay for a babysitter. We're going to be devoted to, like, this is what we're going for, and we're planning this. I would also say this, guys: don't try to spring this on your spouse and say, "Hey, let's go do this tonight." We have 2 weeks of planning for this, for the exact reason of we both get in the headspace of we know what's coming into this. We can both gather thoughts. We can both bring ideas. We can both, like, sit here and say, this is what we're pretty confident in. And you have time to actually put pen to paper and thoughts to purpose as you go forward, because you need to be as close to his line as possible going in, and be very confident in what you're wanting to do. Because if you're not, again, if you just go in there like, oh, let's go tonight, it's going to, like, I'm very confident, you may agree or disagree, that we will go into this and come out of it after 2-hour dinner and have 0 arguments. I have no intentions of that.
Of us having arguments?
Correct. During this planning meeting.
Yeah, I don't know why that would happen.
Because nothing's getting thrown on you.
Yeah.
You have the headspace to, like, plan for it.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing that we, like, deal with. I mean, I feel like a lot of people probably do, but we aren't always, like, timing's everything, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes these conversations happen when we're not both in that place. And that's where a lot of, arguments, heated conversations,
unnecessary frustrations
come from. But by setting this time, by putting it aside, and it's nice, right? Like you really don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. It's not necessary, but like it's something that I'm
really excited for it.
It's a really one of,
like this will. I think this will turn into an annual thing that we both look forward to.
Easily. I mean, it's a really nice place. We both love it. You get to get a little bit dressed up. You have a night away from the kids. Just be together, be intentional, and obviously a lot of good conversation and good intention,
Is what's going in,
so, yeah.
And I think that you just you just go in with the mindset of wanting to make each other better, right? And wanting to serve each other, not take. And that is something that is tough, is we together have to look and say how do we progress and grow as a couple and individually while serving each other. And what it's going to take is we both have to serve each other. Like there's going to be things that I want to do this year, both business-wise and health-wise, that Savannah's going to have to serve me in more than what she wants to. And it's going to be the same thing for you, right? Mm-hmm. There's going to be times where I have to do things that I don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
But that's part of watching your spouse grow, and again, getting behind them and knowing that they're doing this for the greater good of y'all growing together. And so as long as you have a positive mindset and you're not in it to take, if you can just give, you will see. I don't see an issue with you seeing progress. I don't see where you fall short. I think that you will continue to grow closer. I think that your relationship will grow and strengthen. I think your family, we talked about family unit in the beginning of the show, that will in turn grow.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Yeah, I mean, your kids see you serving each other, nothing negative comes from that.
And explaining that, right? Again, this goes back into, I say a lot of perception is reality, and it is. And so maybe they see that I'm gone 7% of the year, and Jack asks Mom where I'm at. Well, that depends. If we're aligned, then Mom knows how to answer Jack in a way that builds me up.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the same with you. And Jack notices that stuff now. We talked about it last week. You go into Bible study in small group.
Yeah.
And he knows. He was, because he woke up from nap, and he was like, "Are you leaving today? Are you going to see your friend?" or something like that. And you're like, "No, I'm staying here."
Yeah.
But that's all. If we're on the same page and aligned in what needs to be done and what we're trying to do, then my response to that when you're not there is something that's edifying you.
Right.
And it's not something that's just no, she just wanted to leave us again today, right? And that affects your kids.
Yeah.
But if
100%.
we're not on the same page, it's very easy to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You don't know what kind of response you're going to get. So,
yeah.
Any final thoughts from you?
I don't think so. I think that kind of wraps it up.
I'm excited. December the 10th is when we're doing our meeting. So, if anyone wants to do this on December the 10th, then we can reconvene and share our thoughts and ideas. But
we'll be doing it too.
I'm excited to do it, and we'll bring him here and talk about it on the show and share openly our plan, because this what this show's turned into this year. A lot of has been just kind of really sharing and documenting my journey and growing the company, our journey as a family growing, and I want you to see all of that behind the scenes as much as we can possibly share. And so if we can help, please reach out and let me know. Stay tuned to the show. Don't give up. Don't tune out. We are going to see some major growth this year. I hope that some of the things that I've shared with you has been enlightening, been eye-opening, shown you some areas that hopefully you can avoid making mistakes that I've made and take action on things that I've done right. And so those are all out there. Go back and listen to them. Go back and listen to that show that we did with Kevin and Brittany in August, I believe that was. I think it was early August. Wasn't that when Trades was? Was it August?
Yes.
So go back and listen to that show. It was give some insight to the conversation that we had midway through this show.
Yeah.
It'll make a lot of sense to you. So anyway, y'all have a great week ahead. By the time you're hearing this, I don't know if I can say War Eagle or not. I'll always say War Eagle, but I don't know what the outcome will be. I'll know by the time you're hearing this. But as of now, no clue. So we are 2 hours from kickoff. Lots of stuff going to happen tonight. It's going to be a late night home. I may try to record another show on the way home. Who knows? But my voice will probably not allow it.
No, gosh, no.
It never does. So anyway, y'all have a great week. We'll catch up with you here on Wednesday for another show, talking all things business, entrepreneurship, leadership, whatever's going on for the week ahead. We will share with you. Have a great day. Have a great week. We love you. If we can ever help, please reach out and let us know. Without any further ado, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. And we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.